Okay, I'm back in live here. Hopefully I get some people come back in. That was weird. Said I was... Hi, that was weird. I'm letting... For some reason, I got kicked. I've never had that. Yeah. Totally kicked off. All right. Yeah. Oh, that was weird. Totally got kicked off. So as I was saying, I'll wait for a few more people. That was weird. Totally kicked. It's like YouTube did not want me to... all of a sudden it said stable, unstable, something, reported. Yeah, it says unstable, something, reported. I don't get that. So it got kicked. So did someone report me for something and YouTube pulled it? I don't know. All of a sudden my screen went black. Message came up, unstable, reported. Boom. And totally took me offline. Guess I shouldn't talk about stuff. I don't know. Crazy. As I was saying, yeah. My Julie Nunn tape for this month's swap I'm in. That is the front. And this is the back. So that's for the swap. That's done for my month. Oh. Yeah, YouTube is... I don't get YouTubes sometimes. Because I see a lot of stuff on YouTube. It's like, seriously? You know? They can get not reported for that, but I get reported for something like this? A lot of times it don't make sense to me either. Thank you. I'm in a swap every month where I get one and I receive one. So, let's put silver. Yeah, yes, we are. We're very vulgar. Yeah. We're bad people, you know. We're such bad. So bad. Don't you know? Oh, you're doing a Valentine's glue book? Cool. I did some Valentine's already. I can show you. I got them from... This is what I have so far made for the sale. Okay. Not very much. It's not going to be big. I ain't going to have a lot. Maybe 5, 10 items, if that. Have the little Valentine's bingo cards I made. Look like that. Then I have a bunch of vintage looking tickets and packages. And then I got my residue self-defense keychains. I don't know. I got booted. It said some unstable reported and went black and then boom, kicked. So that's what's going to be in me and Teresa's little sale. And a few other things, but that's coming up on the 23rd at 2 o'clock my time. Yep. So it's going to be our first sale of the year. Hi, Tina. It didn't like me, Teresa. So I don't know if I was reported by somebody or something in my connection with YouTube got funky. I have no clue. I don't know. I'll find out later. Because I'll get an email saying this video was reported for this, da-da-da. We reviewed it, because then I always ask for reviews. If I get reported for something, I ask for a review. And most of the time, I win. I get reported for all my Christmas videos because of the music, and then they reviewed it and due to the fact it was public dwelling. People are so paranoid for copyright, but I wasn't copyrighted. The venue was. So they can't classify it me copyrighted. Ooh, that's just my. Well, the first part of my message said that I'm doing a few more pages in my Christmas glue book. Then I'm done. Done with it, even though it's not done. I said I started random one glue back. Cool. I like doing glue books. I am taking these little images that my father-in-law cut out for me and just making little. I don't know what you want to call these, but and they'll be in my sale. They're all little birds. They're very pretty. And I think somebody might be interested in them. So that's what so far they kind of look like. Oh, that's not supposed to be in there. And then I'll be doing little tickets eventually. I love doing my glue book, except I did not realize this, and I figured out where it went. My glue book that I started fell in my recycling, and I didn't realize it because I had it on my shelf over here, and it is nowhere to be found. So I think it fell in my recycling bin and went out in recycle. So I have no longer a glue book. I have to start another one. Yep. That's the only thing I can think, because I cannot find it anywhere. And I think it fell off my little shelf over here underneath my table and right into my recycling bin. Because it's MIA. Haven't found it anywhere since before Christmas. I even checked my Christmas Rubbermaid thinking, oh, maybe it fell in my Christmas, because I've done that. But no, it's gone. It's gone. So I'll just start another one. There was nothing special about my glue book anyways. It was just me putzing in it. You know. So I'll just start another one. And I just haven't yet. Yeah. I'm editing my March videos and getting stuff posted, so I don't worry about it anymore. Cool. Yeah, I gotta do a video that has to be up tomorrow. I have a project that I have in my head, but I'm going to wait because it coincides with this month. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to wait to do it because it kind of coincides with the pins. But I heard you say something, Beeman. I won't let it out of the bag, but I'm going to wait just in case we're going to do the same kind of idea. I meant to talk to you about this and I forgot. Or share it with you, then you could do it, or whatever. But I don't want to take something I know Bima's doing for her monthly project. She's doing something else with her monthly project. Yeah. I saw a cool one. A friend of mine showed me how she made hers. So I'm going to wait until you do yours. Just because I'll wait. So I looked at a friend of mine's the other day in her house. I'm like, oh, that is cute. How'd you do that? Because I want one. And she showed me. But I'm going to wait and let you get yours out and make sure they're different, made different before I do mine. Because I think it's only right. Nope. Post to generate 10. Okay, it'll be post to generate 10. All right. Yeah. That's good because I have to get something anyways, and I don't have. But yeah, it was cool because I'm like, how'd you do that? Did you make that? She goes, no, my mom did. I'm like, oh, but I can tell you how she did it. Yep. But I'm not going to do it until after you do yours. We're not going to run into like the corks. Plus, it's your kit. It kind of coincides with your kit, so I didn't want to. See, I felt so bad. But I'm like me. I'm like a spontaneous crafter at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, oh, let's see what we can do with corks. Boom. Be my had videos coming out what you could do with corks. So I felt like, oh man, I felt bad, but she told me not to worry about it because she knows that about me. I don't plan nothing. It kind of just, I'm that squirrel. Squirrel. Oh, I can sit here for hours and not. I need to get paint, chips, starch, wood, dowels, and old picture frames. Weirdest shopping list in my. Oh wow, I got the. I don't have to paint chips. Are you talking those things that you buy paint, like you go in a paint department and they're different colors? Is that what you're talking, paint chips? I don't got starch. I got wooden dowels and an old picture frame. Probably have that somewhere. Yep. Ah. Okay. Starch is in like spray starch, like starch to make fabric tough starch. Liquid starch. Where would you even find that in a store? In like the laundry department? I've never bought it. I like the detergents and stuff. I imagine. So I was watching, speaking of, I don't know what, see, things just pop in my head. Andrea, yeah. Did anybody watch the New York ball drop in the performers? Hi, Steph. Hi, Stephanie. Or was I the only one who turned it on? Oh, nope. Good. You guys didn't miss anything. I don't know who it was, but they sang that a John Lennon song. Now I can't imagine. Imagine, I think it is. It was a woman, first of all. She destroyed it. Just destroyed John Lennon's song. Imagine. I'm pretty sure it was Imagine. Just destroyed that song. I was like, who ever told you that you sang this song good? And why are they thinking that's the newest theme song for everything going on in the world? But I was like, oh my God, I got to turn her off. I couldn't watch her. She was just destroying his song. Scott could hear me in here. Because my brother was a big John Lennon and Beatles fan. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were so glad because they did. They had those blow up people, those blow up things that run on fans and the arms go like this off to the side. They had care work, nurses, firemen, police officers in little cubes. But their performers just sucked. Yep, just sucked. Now I go to double check. Hang on. All right, I will tell you what's coming up. Okay, we have the flea market on Bima's on the 16th. I don't know the time because I just wrote it down. I didn't put the time. That is on Bima's flea market sales on the 16th of January. What time is that again, Bima? Put it down. I'm going to start doing what Bima and Laura do. They write everything down. I think she said it'd be like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I don't remember. But whatever. Before I say it wrong, I ain't going to tell. But me and Teresa's is at the 23rd at 2 o'clock Central. Noon Pacific time. Yeah, noon. So, and this year, look at my planner pen. I bought this especially for my planner. And I saw, and I have to find some. Kara Hart took this plastic ring thing. Like, you have to go check out Kara Hart's video. She caught it and she put it on her planner and she slips her pen in there. But I don't think mine would work with that. I bought this because I thought it would match my planner. Yeah. But, I want to spread the word for sales. Other people having them, like Bima and Laura do. And, bring the community. I'm writing it down right now. Bring the community together and all that. Like you guys share it out and everything. Because I'm going to be truthful with you. I don't think 2021 is going to be any better than 2020. And I think we need to come together as a community, big time, and be thoughtful. That's what's wrong with this world. What I see out in this big bad world we're in is nobody cares about other people these days. Oh yeah, you have your sale. I don't got that wrote down. That's right. You have your own sale on that Friday before too. See? Yeah. Bima sale. And that's on noon. Is that noon your time or noon my time? Pacific Standard Time, that's your time, right? No, probably. Yeah, that's right. So we have BMOS sale, noon Pacific Standard Time. Yep. On the 15th of January. And then we have the flea market sale on the 16th of January at noon. And then me and Teresa's is on the 23rd. I told Teresa I'd help her out, so I'm just sticking some of my stuff in there and make them. But 2 hour time. Yeah. What does it say? But yeah, I want, come in. Yeah. I don't think it's so much COVID anymore. I think it's more, you have a virgin seller this month? Oh, cool. Yeah, I got money too. I'm saving money. What was I going to say? I think it's going to come down to how our government politics is how 2021 is going to go. I'll be honest. We're all dealing with COVID. We've been dealing with COVID for a year now. And it's going to come down to our new president, whoever he or she may be. I have no idea. I'm reading this thing about the 6. I don't know what that is. But whatever. I don't want to get into it. But I think that's how it's going to determine how this country is going to be. Because we're all living with COVID. But a lot of these places, I don't know. This is what I don't understand. I don't know where I know BMO's in Vegas. I'm in Wisconsin. Steph, are you in California, Stephanie? I'm pretty sure. Jennifer's in California. Teresa's in California. My state's open. Okay. I mean, there's rules and regulations like in a restaurant. Say if you had 100 capacity, you only can have half in at a time. Like in the mall today when I was walking around, me and Scott were in the mall because we went to Kohl's. The Kohl's is in the mall. Scott and I haven't walked the mall together. Oh, Arizona. Okay, Arizona. Cool. I want buttons. Like I need more buttons. But I'm looking for vintage looking buttons. They don't need to have be vintage, but they don't want that look. What was I say? But this is what I don't understand. I'm in the state of Wisconsin. Yeah. Yeah, half capacity, must wear mask. Like when we were walking in a mall and I looked over and I'm like, I'm thinking, what the hell kind of sale does Victoria's Secret have that people are lining up for? Okay. Well, then I realized they were only allowing so many in each store at a time. Okay. Restaurants are only allowing half capacity with masks. Bars the same way. Bars got busted big time here because they weren't following the regulations and they got told if they don't, they're going to lose their liquor license. But why can't, if the state of Wisconsin can do this and let businesses open, why can't other states like California or I think was the other one, Washington? Because I'm thinking, I get that there's numbers out there. All our numbers in COVID are so wide difference. But if you take the precaution, we can walk in a Walmart at 100 people in a Walmart at a time, but a little small business in California can't open and allow 6 people in at a time or 10 people in their business at a time. That's where it doesn't add up to me. Yeah, it'd be 12 o'clock yours. Yeah, noon. I mean, that's where I just don't get that. And let these people, if this state, if they can do it in the state of Wisconsin, why can't they do it in another state? See, our governor, when he tried to shut down our state, the Liberty Party, whatever that is, took his ass to court and he lost. We have high numbers here too. Yeah. So I get it, and I just don't get it. So Yeah. Yeah, it's each governor. Yeah. See, our governor, we don't let him get away with shit in the state of Wisconsin. Yeah. I'm trying to, because I'm like, why do we even have a governor if he makes a move and everybody he gets taken? I mean, our governor has got taken to court 4 times here in the state of Wisconsin since COVID. Just like our mask wearing expires on the 31st of January. And then I don't know what happens. He only got it till the 31st. So then I don't know if he can do another mandate or what happens there. Because it got extended till the 31st of January? Yeah. And then after 31st of January, I don't know. To me, it doesn't bother me to wear masks, actually. And I got COPD. I hear all these people, I got this condition. I got COPD. Do what my doctor told me. Go in an aisle that nobody's in, bring it down a little bit, take some deep breaths so you don't get overwhelmed, and you put it back up. Done. My thing that sucks is because it always fogs up my glasses. I can't see. I can't see as it is half the time. When you're blind in one eye and your glasses fog up, it's like darkness. But I just don't get it. But you're going to have more. It's not going to be about Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Patriots, or, that I'm seeing on networks and TV and stuff. It's going to come down to our governments. How they're going to start treating the people of the United States. So all these protesters that are trying to get this out, it ain't doing shit. I'll be honest with you. You can protest all day long. It ain't doing shit in the government. I was reading an article by a professor from one of those high uppity colleges that I've never even heard of anybody or known anybody that ever went there. That Portland has been under siege with protests for 288 days now for change, and nothing's changed. So 200 and some days, the government has not done anything at all. So what's that say? That the government is not listening to the people. They're not. So the only thing you can do is recall them or get them out. But the thing is, and this is my philosophy, this is what I'm thinking. The vaccine is mandated and enough people are vaccinated, the government will be following no masking. But again, people refuse the vaccine. I ain't taking that vaccine. I ain't being a guinea pig. I forgot what I was saying. This is my thoughts and my opinion. You don't have to like it. That's all right. That's what we have this, why we live in the world we do. I forgot what I was saying. Shit, forgot. What was I saying? I don't remember. Sorry. But, the protest. You could say, I'm going to do a better job than this governor or this mayor or this president, But once you get that power, you sit on your platform and you're going to be like an everyday citizen like me running for a governor. I'm going to do this. But once you get that power, you get power head. You know what I mean? They could be the nicest person that lived next to you for 30 years and get that power. And when they get that power, it goes right to their head. Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos like that. Well, here in Green Bay, we made national news, by the way. I just had that conversation literally last week on BMUS channel, where some nurse or doctor or whatever, I didn't catch it all, I just heard about it, at Aurora Clinic here, left the case of vaccine, the vaccine out because he didn't believe in it. So it was ruined here in Aurora, where I go. Literally left the thing of vaccines out so that they were destroyed because he didn't believe in it. And I don't know who it is, but somebody said that it's a joke. I don't know. Yeah. We made national news on that one. Nope, totally left it out so that it was ruined. I'll take the vaccine in 2 years after it's out. I ain't going to take it right out the door. I think it was done too quickly, that you don't know the long-term side effects. So, yeah. But I don't remember but it happened here at Aurora and Green Bay. They left it out. We made the news, national news. And somebody said it was 90%. When he read the box and the ingredients in the vaccine, you're not taking it either. That 60% of the vaccine was saline solution. Yeah, he said it was a joke. That was a comment on somebody's tweet, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. But I ain't taking it. I ain't gonna be. Like I said to Scott, I'll take it in 2 years. The thing is, every strand is gonna be like the flu. Every strand of flu is different. You can take a flu shot, I still get the flu. I think it should be a choice. I don't think it should be forced upon us. I don't think kids should be made to take it to go to school. That's the newest thing I heard. You want your kids to attend school, they must take the vaccine. I think that's wrong. Because Diamond said she's not giving her kids the vaccine. Yeah. Diamond's like, I am not giving my kids a vaccine that has not been out. Well, I said, Diamond, I said, Google the flu vaccine. How long it took to get that to be where it is today. Yeah, kids have to be mandated to take it. Diamond said she's not doing it. She's going to keep. Diamond's like, if they mandate for my kids to have to take it, she's not doing it. Nope. She said she'll stay home. She already have to have the shots to go to school. I mean, Diamond got all her kids' shots. She goes, but this one's how'd she put, this one's out the door too quickly. She says she won't do it. She won't do it. They don't know any side effects yet. Responders, retail workers, children in public schools, elderly, and those with lower immune systems will be first. Yep. Diamond's like, nope, ain't happening. So I asked her, you gonna get your kids vaccinated with the COVID? She's like, no. Nope. She said, nope. She goes, Mom, I usually Diamond vaccinates her kids, but she said she's not doing this one. Nope, ain't happening. Did you see what? Hi, Gloria. We did in Nancy Pelosi's house. That was funny. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you could get that close to her house. Well, it's not her mansion. It's just her suburb house. Because I'd be like the homeless in her little net area. I'd be living on her front lawn. But you don't have a front lawn. Not in that house, at least. People feel the same way over there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, I laughed. Coda's hands. He came to me. I had Coda right before, 2 days before school got out. And we went and saw the lights that night. And we were all back here. And we were in a car, and they had candy canes. And his hands were sticky. And the only thing I had was hand sanitizer. So I said, well, use hand sanitizer and we'll wipe your hands off. We didn't have baby wipes. He screamed. And I'm like, what the hell? Well, then Sam, we just pull in a driveway. We get in the house because he's literally crying and screaming at his hands. I thought, what the hell's in my hand sanitizer? And so we get him cleaned up, and I'll wipe his hands off with paper towel and get it off with water. And then we're looking at his little hands. His hands are red. Okay. And it's from them at school, from making them use hand sanitizer so much that he had a chemical burn. It wasn't a rash. His hands were like burnt. That my hand sanitizer that I have is homemade. It's made by a distillery here. It's not like cream. My hand sanitizer is very liquidy. See, it looks like water, and it's got a lot of alcohol in it versus probably. But that I looked at his hands. He was here yesterday. They are finally where that's not as red. So Diamond had to write a note saying, "Hey, how often are you making these kids wash their hands at school?" And every half an hour they're having the kids use hand sanitizer. Well, Diamond, when she took Coda to the doctor, because his hands were so red that she got a note from the doctor that she got like burn cream. She had to rub burn cream on his little hands. It was so bad. The Diamond's got a note that Coda can't use the hand sanitizer that they have at school anymore because he's having an allergic reaction to it. So now she's got this stuff from the doctor that is in a little tube that Coda has to take to school with him. I'm thinking, oh my God, that poor little boy. But yeah, he screamed because my hand sanitizer that I have, I have it in a hand sanitizer bottle I have, but mine's made by a local distillery guy. And that's what I have in my little thing on my purse. And wow, I got tears in my eyes because of that little boy. Yeah. But so when Diamond writes a note for the next day of school, she gets a call from her teacher, and the teacher's like, well, I am mandated and you must. And Diamond's like, Diamond went and got Dakota from school. I was with her. You want to see a pissed off mother? Oh my God. One of the Diamond's like, Mom, where you always say you're willing to go to jail? I'm like, yeah. She goes, here. She goes, keep my keys, get my kid, because I might be going to jail. She was so pissed because she wrote a note to the teacher, please use this cream on Lakota instead of the hand sanitizer that the school is giving. Use it. She didn't take Coda to the doctor yet. And I don't know what the teacher called, and the teacher's attitude was, you have no choice as a parent to tell me as the teacher. I'm mandated. and I will do what I have to do, is basically the teacher's attitude was toward Diamond. Well, pissed off my daughter. We happened to be at Diamond's because we were out shopping. We swung into Diamond's because we had Amazon coming. When the teacher called back trying to ask about this note, the Diamond was so pissed she went and got Coda out of school that day. And then we took him to the doctor. And that doctor's like, and then you know what the doctor's words were? They're killing these kids' immune systems to fight off diseases. So they can't fight a note from a doctor. So Coda was having an allergic reaction to the hand sanitizer that he was getting, what he classified a chemical burn. You know, where you get that, just the redness. Yep. So, it don't pay. Diamond's like, Mom, I can't win. She goes, you try to protect your kids. So, you know what the doctor told Diamond? Don't have him wash his hands for a while. Because his hands were so sore that any water, hand sanitizer, baby wipe, it hurt. It was painful. It was painful on him. So I asked him the other day, let me see your hands. You could see because the whole top was red, just red. And Coda already has eczema or whatever they call it. He gets those little bumps on his skin because he's got a cream. I laugh so funny. He's so funny because he gets those little bumps. A couple months ago, he had them underneath his armpits. Then I had to take him to the doctor. It's all these little bumps. And it's forming eczema. He gets it under his armpits. Reality, the teacher is only... Yeah, like Diamond says, I understand that. Like Diamond said, she understands that the teacher's only doing her job. But that one last day of school, the teacher could have said, Diamond wrote a note, explain what his hands look like, asked them... She sent baby wipes with him. She sent stuff. Please don't have Coda use your hand sanitizer. I sent these baby wipes because when we used the baby wipes, he didn't scream. Please have him use the baby wipes. I'm taking him to the doctor. That teacher could have did it that day. Just that one day. Yep. And the attitude when the teacher called Diamond, and I heard the teacher. She was... Or I don't even know if it was a teacher or somebody from the school. I have no idea. But it pissed Diamond off that she went and got Coda. She pulled the ball, all three kids that day. She was not happy. And then took them right to the clinic. Because she dropped me, Diamond. She dropped me off with the girls at her house. And she took Coda right into the clinic. Yeah. And we thought, okay, maybe it was my hand sanitizer. So Diamond got her hand sanitizer out, just did a little spot. You couldn't touch it. You couldn't touch Coda's hands. If you touched him, he screamed. It's so bad. Oh, isn't that pretty? All this stuff I got in here. I get that they have rules and regulations. I get that. But because they couldn't get him into the doctor immediately. Well, then it turned in immediately when Diamond called and talked to the woman at the end of the phone. She got caught in. She's like, they did what? Yep. And then when we got Coda from school, his hands were redder. He's having an allergic reaction is what it was. Well, now they're screwed because they got a doctor saying can't use that hand sanitizers. Whatever the school's buying. And guess what? Allie's got the same thing. Allie's weren't as red as much. So, but, because Diamond's on kids all the time. Wash your hands every time you go to the bathroom. After you eat. If we come in from somewhere, like once we come in from shopping, she has the kids wash their hands. All that stuff, I'm thinking, what the hell are the kids doing at school that every half an hour they're sanitizing these kids' hands? Yeah. Yep. Well, see, my Diamond. Okay, how do I put this? Where I am at, where Diamond and Sam live, they have schools. Schools are open. Where I live, all right, Tanya, thanks for stepping in. Where I am, is schools aren't open. With Diamond, with her going to school, she didn't know what she was going to do. And she knows that I'm not the brainiest person to help get the kids with schoolwork or any of that stuff. So she didn't want to put me in that position, having the kids here with me and me trying to work around 3 kids, or at least 2, because Riley had to worry about Riley. Hooking up to the school for them doing classes. And with Diamond being a full-time student, she was put in a hard spot. So she chose to put them in their school district, which they were moving out there next. They're a year ahead of time, because all the kids were going to be moving into Diamond's the school district Diamond lives in next year. Because Allie would have been switching schools. Anyways, so they did it. They went with it this year. But she says, Diamond told me one day, she goes, one of your kids gets sent home, they all come home. They had a teacher saying, oh, this kid had a fever, this kid has a fever, and they had a parent network, and then they have to be tested. Well, Diamond is not testing her kids anymore. Her kids have been tested 6 times. That's painful. So now she just holds them home for 14 days. Yeah. But Riley's teacher class canceled all the time. Then they started a parent network with parents asking, and the parent I can't talk. Riley's class, here to find out nobody's kids were sick. Nobody. The teacher was doing it so she didn't have to teach, because she didn't want to be there. Yep. So now the doctor won't do it to the kids anymore at Oneida, because once they get sent home, they have to have a swab test or stay home for 14 days. And Diamond would go get the swab test, wait for the results so the kids go back to school. And the kids' doctor told Diamond he's not doing it anymore. That he told Diamond, I'm sorry, as a doctor, I feel like this is more harmful to your children. He goes, Coda's had it done 7 times so he could go to school. That he told Diamond, from now on, I advise you just to keep him home for the 14 days. Because he says, we don't know they're using the mouth swabs there. No, I'm not here. And because the doctor told Diamond straight up, I don't know the long effect of doing these tests through the nose on your children. I don't feel comfortable doing this again. And he goes, I just tested it. The thing is, I just tested your family a week ago. Why are you back? You have no signs. She goes, because kids got sent home from school. I have to. If I want my kids to go to school, they get tested, or they're home for 14 days. He said, this is getting out of hand. And see, Allie, my granddaughter Allison, for some reason, runs a high temperature. Always has, always will. Don't know why. You take Allie's temperature, it's high. She can not even be sick. It's high. Tommy had to get a note because they were sending Allie home left and right. Yeah. So they had to get a note from Allie's doctor saying this child runs high temperatures. She's fine. Yep, that's what me and Scott do. We take precautions. The kid, like Diamond, don't take the kids to grocery stores with her. If she has to do any shopping, if Sam's not around, she calls me and she drops the kids off by me. She don't take them into stores. We do go out. They went out to eat with the kids. They rarely go out to eat with the kids, but we did take them out to eat the night we went and saw the Christmas lights. We went out to eat, but I laughed. Me and Diamond got the table and we cleaned it ourselves. The whole household had it in October. We were sick November. This whole family tested positive for antibiotics. Mikey had it 6 weeks ago. He tested positive after he was exposed at work. See, Scott and I think we had it back in November. Because Scott and I were sick. Just sick. And I remember telling Scott back in November, this isn't the flu. It felt like the flu, but it wasn't the flu. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then in March, I went to the doctor because I was sicker than a dog and I couldn't take the headaches anymore. And I had a bronchitis and a lung infection. And then all hell broke loose in the United States because I got called from my doctor not to leave the house for 14 days. So, because he said he wasn't sure if I had it. And, but I won't get tested to see if I had it or not had it. Diamond's been tested 3 times for work. Different jobs. She got tested because a friend of hers had it and they were together. She came out negative. Never had it. Don't have no symptoms of it. Their mask looks like they're shutting people's mouths out. So, I don't know. It's crazy. The test is not accurate unless you get a blood test. Really? I didn't know that. But like Diamond said, she's done. She's had it with the school. So I'm using up all my stamps I copied a while ago. And but it's a weird world we live in. Well, I just read. Scott watches the national news in the morning, and I come walking in. How the hell did China get away? China have no outbreaks with no vaccine. I want to know that one. Always better safe than sorry. For people who have died from COVID. Well, I read this doctor. He was disguised. He didn't want to be known. His dad got COVID and refused to put his dad in the hospital because this is what he said. He didn't want to be known as a doctor. And when his dad got COVID, he wouldn't take his dad to the hospital because he says the hospitals are the one that's killing him because they're incubating the people and they shouldn't. He says the thing with COVID is to get your lungs moving. Deep breaths. A couple of times every 20 minutes, do that. Let it out. Keep the lungs. He goes, when you have a machine doing the work and your body's not doing the work, is what's killing. He said, because they're putting people in coma and incubating people. That's what's killing them. That came from a doctor that was disguised. And his dad's alive. Yep. He said incubating people is the worst thing you can do. I don't know much about it, but I just watched that thing. I should have kept it. I don't remember where I seen it because I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." But the medical world and the government doesn't want that to be known. Well, they created the tick disease in the lab. The vaccine is so easy because they already know it was, yeah. Probably. I believe that one. It's killing them, the built up phlegm. When you are incubated, the machine does not remove the phlegm. Yeah, that's what the doctor said. Cough it up. Do the deep breaths to get it going, moving. Yeah. That's why he said once his dad got COVID, he refused to take him to the hospital. He did it. He said, I had my dad do the phlegm exercise. Yep. He goes, my advice is he says, I would tell people, don't go to the hospital. Well, a friend of a friend here in Wisconsin, her husband, during a pandemic, kept having sickness, chest pains. Couldn't go to the doctor. Refused. They wouldn't see him. They said, oh, just stay home, blah, 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 blah. She finally had to call the rescue squad on him. And he died. He's 36 years old. They had him listed of COVID. Well, they wouldn't do an autopsy. Well, his life insurance required an autopsy. Well, the county wouldn't do it. So his body had to be sent out of state. They got his death certificate listed COVID. Well, when he had the autopsy, he died of heart failure. If they would have treated him, he might have been alive. They would have let him go to the doctor. So now she's suing. So they're listing a lot as COVID when it's not true. I don't believe the death rate as they claim either. "36 years old." Yeah. If they would have let him go see his doctor. Yep. So how our government works. Never admit that they've had a cure all along, and since it was an election year, wants to admit anything and people will not believe it. Exactly. Well, I have a friend that still doesn't believe that this was man-made. I said that right out the door. As soon as it came, I said, this is man-made. Oh, and I said our government did this. And her response was, no government would do this. And I'm like, what? Have you looked at our history? I was like, we have a long history of our government putting diseases. I said, look at the smallpox for the natives. Hello. That was government. I get you don't want to believe it, but it's true. Yeah. I knew right off the bat. I said, you're going to find out this was made in some lab and it got out somehow. And she didn't want to believe it, that our government would do that to its people. I'm like, yeah, we would. Those up front was sick, damn. And then she calls me, she goes, when it came out that it was out of a lab, she goes, how did you know that? I said, just common sense, is it? She's the same one that I remember when years ago when Susan Smith killed her kids? Yep. And I made a comment. I said, you're going to find out she killed her kids? She goes, no way. I'm like, look at her on camera. Sniffling to get the attention when the guy can't, the kids' dad can't even keep it together to be on camera. Boom, a day later. She goes, how do you know this stuff? I said, look and read people. Pay close attention. She left the area 2 times and you could hear her cough and she would go back to the area, but then she left to one. Yeah, that's like my son Xavier. Okay. Xavier, my son, has been gone for 6 weeks to Ohio for school. And I'm like, when am I going to see you? And he says, not for 14 days. He goes, what? He goes, he doesn't even start his job. He has to go get, like he said, I can go get tested or wait 14 days. Well, then his employee, because he's a new employee, he has no insurance yet. So I don't know how they're working at. He says he'll find out on Monday because he should be home. I'm going to call him tomorrow. But either way, he's not coming to see me or Scott because we haven't seen him for 6 weeks. Almost 7, actually. That he wants to wait till after he gets tested before he even comes here. Because he'll find out Monday if they're going to send him to a clinic to get tested or when he can get in to get tested so he can start his job because he's been out of state. Then he says once he knows that and that's determined if his test comes back and he's fine, then he'll come over and see Scott and I and all that. He doesn't want to put us at risk because I laughed because people thought it was funny because he had to go down there for schooling. He got a certificate. I'm so proud of him. He's a diesel mechanic. Woohoo! But I made him we came up with a secret word, and every other day I get a text message with a secret word, his secret words, because I was freaked out. I'll admit I was kind of freaked out. That I made him put me and Scott's information in his wallet, in his glove compartment, and in his spare tire in his car. It's like, why the spare tire, Mom? I'm like, because they'll look through everything if they find your car or your body. I would tell them, you're lucky I'm making you tattoo my name and address on your butt cheeks. It's like, Jesus, Mom. This is the first time one of my kids left the state for a long period of time. And with everything going on, I was freaked a little bit, but it was a good opportunity. He's got free schooling. I'm going to tell him not to take free schooling for something that he wanted to do. Was his whole life. He wanted to be a diesel mechanic. And he had an opportunity for free schooling. I ain't going to tell him to turn it down. He's got his certification for diesel mechanic, radiator or whatever, to the air conditioner certification. And now it'll be on the rest of his school. It will be on job training school where he'll get certified there also. He's working for, who's he work for? Well, I don't know. And I guess it's nationwide. He said he can pretty much go anywhere down the road. Eventually. But, oh, Mama. And they paid for him to go down to Ohio. They paid all his expenses. His suite had a... When he showed me, we were FaceTime and he was walking around where he was staying. A person could live in that because it looked like a mini studio apartment. It was so cool. Okay, well... I like, because it had a whole kitchen with a mini stove, a little fridge. And look, Master Fleet. He'll be working for Master Fleet, and I guess those are some nationwide somewhere. When he was showing me his little suite that they had him in, I'm like, damn, it looks like a little studio apartment. Had had its own little living room, and then it had his bed, and then had a little kitchen. The stove the stove reminded me of a camper stove, a microwave, everything he needed. He never ate. I said, "Did you go out to eat?" They went out to eat once. Him, and that's when his girlfriend was down there because neither one of them were to a Cracker Barrel, so they went to a Cracker Barrel. He sent me pictures, and then I called him, FaceTimed him, and I made him walk around in the gift shop, but everything was so expensive because I'm like, but he said he brought me back a magnet from Cracker Barrel because I was to Cracker Barrel years ago, but he knows I collect the magnets, so he brought me back a magnet that says something with a cow on it. That's all I know. But he's like, Mom, I'm at a Cracker Barrel. Having ribs, because he sent me a picture of ribs. Because one thing me and my son love is barbecue ribs. I thought it was funny. I get this picture of this plate with ribs on from him. I'm like, where is this? He's like, I'm at Cracker Barrel, Mom. I thought of you. I'm like, you little snot. But so yeah, I faced him and I'm like, get on your walk around the store. But God, they're pricey. He's like, Mom, I can't afford it, because I said, well, I'd have sent him money and I can transfer money from my account to his account. I'm not going to say hi. That sounds he sent you of his Cracker Barrel. He sent me a picture of his ribs. Barbecue ribs from Cracker Barrel. Because I was down. Because we have the shed here, which is really similar to the Cracker Barrels in Appleton. Me and Scott will be like, Scott, I want to go to Appleton. And he'll be like, oh, yeah, because they got the Shield store in Appleton. And you have to check the clearance. Oh, see, yeah. But so, and that's where the shed is, which is it's a Cracker Barrel affiliate. It's just called the Shed instead. But I laughed so hard. Me and Scott were down there, and I sent him a picture, and then for his birthday last year, we gave him no choice. We picked him up, and I was like, "Where are we going?" And we took him to the Shed. And the first time we went down there, we went down for a suit for Xavier for prom because I wasn't renting a tux. So I went and bought him a nice suit, which he used a couple times now. And we went to we went to Shields, and that was before they could figure out what was going on with my back. So I was sitting in a shoot department, and a guy goes, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "No." I said, "My back's bothering me." I said, "My husband and my son are roaming the store." So I asked a place where I could sit down. They told me, "Come over here." It's like, okay. I was the only one that bought anything that day. They spent 3.5 hours just looking at shit. And they say us women are bad. That we get in stores. And if I would have walked around the Fox River Mall, but I was hurting. That's before they diagnosed my sciatica. But, and then I couldn't get a hold of him at Christmas. That I had this number call. And see, I always taught my kids, I'm just going to make them and see if any people are interested. I'm making little packs of them up and selling. I always had a rule, if you call from a number that I don't know, you call, because I won't answer it. I don't answer phone numbers that I don't know. And they know to call back, hang up real quick, call, ring it twice, hang up, and then call back a third time. Then I know it's them. So I got that call on Christmas Eve because my son went to a fellow student, a teacher, and that is from Ohio, invited all of the students that weren't going home for Christmas, that were from out of state, out to his house, which was 30 minutes out of town. Zaber had no cell coverage. He couldn't call me. And he said to his teacher, if I don't call my mom, she will be freaking out. So this teacher let him call from his landline. And I would have. He goes, because I told her I was going to call Christmas Eve when everybody was at the house. If I don't call, she's going to be freaking out. She's probably already called my phone. And, yep, I did. I get this phone call, right? You know, the way we do it. And I'm like, where have you been? It's like, I'm at my teacher's house, Mom. I'm sorry. Chantel goes, did you call your mom before we left? He meant to call me before he left and let me know that he'd probably, where, you know, what he was doing, that I would know. He goes, she's probably freaking out, Xavier, because that's my son. And I was. And I said that, I remember saying to Scott, if I don't hear from him by the 26th, because you're talking the 24th, I said, if I don't hear by him by the end of the 25th, I said, I'm calling the local sheriff department or police department down there. Well, he called on late, but he called on the 24th or the 25th. He called me. He's like, Mom, I'm sorry. He goes, I meant to call you before we left. We got out there because he didn't know he wasn't going to have any coverage either. I'm like, you're lucky, boy. Because he called me like 8 o'clock Christmas morning. I told my son, just because you're 24 years old doesn't mean your parents quit parenting. I said, you're in a whole different state. It's not like you're moving there. You're down there for school. I know. I didn't even know his girlfriend was down there. If I didn't know she was going down there, I'd have sent a little Christmas gift, something. I'm like, well, why didn't I know Chantel was going on? I don't know, because she flew. She probably couldn't take it anyways. She flew down and they drove back up together. So, but he's home. Ouch. See, I make these, and I sell these very successful. See, these are some I already made. So, I only charge a couple bucks for them. These are Coda tickets. Coda found these tickets for me. He's all excited. So I thought I'd make some up. I put them on tags or put them like in a, let's see, how would I put it? They put them on tags or like in their scrap or their junk journals or journals. You can use it as an embellishment. Yeah. However they choose to. I'm pretty successful when I make them. I usually sell them. So I figured I haven't made them for a while. So I thought I'd make a few. Because me and Teresa are having a mini sale. And I don't have much made. Because Bima cleaned me out the last. But I did a sale with Bima on her channel. And cleaned it out. I got cleaned out. So kind of just got to make some stuff. And I figured, what the hell, I'll make these. Yeah, she is. She's a wonderful, beautiful lady. All my friends I know are great. We all got our own little talents, which is good teachers. Oh, fine. Yep. But I gotta restock up for sales. See, 90% of my sales that I do is stuff I make. Once in a while, there'll be some stuff that I'm like destashing. But the first sale I did with Bima, I think everything I made and I sold. I think I sold everything. I didn't have much left over. And if I did, it was maybe one or two items or something. That was it. So I do pretty good on the stuff I do homemade. I do. So and I asked somebody about my stuff that I mean, you could craft these yourself, okay? I know you loves me. These are easy. They're not that hard to do. And one of the ladies that buy from me all the time, I asked her once. And I know she crafts. Okay? She's a beautiful crafter. And her reply to me, because I was curious. And she called those, how'd she put it? She crafts beautifully. But these are tedious to her to do. That's what she called it. Because they're tiny. And I mean, when I do my clusters, if I do my clusters, I can't keep my clusters. I should do some. I think I should do some clusters. When I do my clusters, my clusters sell out like that. Say that. Yeah. And that's the reason she bought them is because they are tiny and she'd rather just boom, boom. And I do like, I'll show you my vintage ones. And these are kind of not vintage, but my vintage ones. And see, my last bags I bought didn't have the tape thing. So I used washi tape. I got new ones ordered. I just ordered them yesterday. But these are my vintage ones. And I love tickets. I got Bima. Some of these, I don't know if any of Bima's tickets are in here or not. I think these are all Tim Holtz tickets that I had. But that's one like that. Butterfly. But I gotta find more words. The little words. Here's a ticket. Yeah. And that one. But see, I have this box, the big box that holds all these. I have these loaded with just this kind of stuff. And I'm like, the other day, what did I do? And I got to quit doing this because I went to Etsy. And I don't even know why I did it because I'm an idiot. I wasn't thinking. And it bought me stamps. And I'm like, what the hell, Tina? So I only paid $1 for this anyways, for all this. I have my stamps that I have a printout of stamps that I had from a friend that scanned all the stamps she had and sent them to me. That's what all this is. And I printed it already and cut them out. And then I bought that. I'm like, you're going ahead. So I have this sitting on my floor here. Because the stuff I'm making, I'm going to be pulling from there. And I'm going to start using what I have printed instead of keep printing stuff and using. So I'm using what I already have printed. Oh, cool. Yeah. Ooh, I'm going to have to copy that. Thank you. And start using what I already have printed. Like these were already printed out. And I always use those folders. So thank you. And they're sturdy. Vanilla or whatever you call those. I call them office folders. I always buy them at the thrift store. I always back them so have something. You can journal on the back of this. A lot of times people journal. They stick them in pockets in their journals. But my case that's like this is full of this stuff. So I'm going to... Hello, Teresa. Manila folders are great. Thank you. Manila. Is that what they're called? The vanilla office folders things. I always buy them. I just bought some today. Actually, I bought this new pack. My intentions were not to, because I just bought a stack of them not long ago. But for this price, these things. Malalia. See right there. For $1.53 for 24 of them. I bought this purposely for a project I know Bema has coming out. And those are brand new. They don't have no writing on them. So I won't even open that. And I ain't telling you our project. Yeah. I make my tags out of them, that too. But I'm always back my tickets because they are flimsy. No matter where you get a ticket, no matter if it's Dollar Tree tickets or these tickets, they're always flimsy. So I always back my tickets. If it's like these I'm doing with this kind of cardboard, those other ones I use the folder. So I change them up. Okay. Ouch. I laugh at Laura because Laura's like, you got to teach me how to do a cluster. So Bema has this thing coming up. What the heck did you call it? Your new thing you're going to do on your channel where you're going to have somebody come in and teach or tell you what they do. What the hell did you call that? But the craft chat. Yeah, the craft chat. I'm going to do clusters because Laura asked. Laura, I love Laura. She's like, I can't do a cluster and neither can Bema. Bema's like, screw this one night. I started laughing so hard. So I'm going to show everybody how to do a cluster. Because everybody's like she used me for example for mixed media. I'm like, my mixed media is funky. I don't do, my mixed media. I'm not a mixed media expert, but I can show you my way of doing it kind of thing. But I thought I'd do a cluster to show everybody to do a cluster one at a time on her craft chat. I said if I ever renamed my channel, I was gonna, and because I was happy mail from the heart, and then I went to Tina's Crafty Light. But if I was gonna change my name again, I was gonna go the Junker Crafter. My father-in-law can't believe the stuff I take that somebody will throw out. And I take it. And I'll send I'm always sending them pictures on my Facebook. Oh, I know, but to teach mixed media, I don't know how to teach mixed media. Except here, slap some paint here, pick, and I don't follow the colorgram, the color wheel. That's what I'm saying. Is I don't do the typical mixed media. Because my mixed media. Yeah. How do I want to word that? When I do my mixed media, when I'm free mixed media and without cards and stuff, that's at top of my head. I do a lot. I call it abstract mixed media because it doesn't make sense and it turns out good. You get what I'm saying? I know, Teresa, I get told that by Bima too all the time. You cut your confidence sucks, girl. She told me that once or twice. But so I could, but I don't have class. I'd have to buy. I don't have material that would work for Valentine. And I'm not gonna go out and buy material. I use what I have. 90%. I looked today. I couldn't find at St. Paul. They didn't have no Valentine material, but 90% of what I use, I have, and I'll make. I'm not purposely gonna go buy. It's like idiot Tina here the other day at Dollar Tree bought a shitload of Valentine stickers and came home and realized I had a shitload of Valentine stickers. Yeah, so now I'm Valentine stickered up for God years. I should have looked before. I should have went now, come back, but nope, I did. I bought $10 worth of Valentine stickers. Yeah. Usually I try to use what I have. And I start with material for my clusters. Oh, sorry. Oh, I went to... Oh, excuse me. But, okay. All right. Whew, that came from left field. I took a drink and it went down the wrong spot. But I have a little of this left I could do a cluster with. Shiny. Yeah, I tell you, my local thrift store today was wiped clean. I don't know. They didn't have much craft-wise. Oh, I'm not dying yet. They had some stamps, but I looked at the stamps and I put them back because they were all those little kid princess stamps. And Scott came in there and laughed because I almost bought a couch. And my couch I have is shot. I really need new furniture. And I thought, you know what? It cost her for $55. I was like, I like the looks of this. Sat in it. Asked the guy to watch my cart. Went out and got my husband. Came back. When he got Scott, he came in. He sat in it. And then he lifted it up. And he goes, honey, the springs are shot in this. And I'm like, okay. It was a decent looking couch until you sat down in it and you realized the springs were shot. I'm like, well, okay. Because I won't buy furniture without Scott. He's like, you want a couch? I'm like, yes. So he said, why don't we wait till spring? We'll go look at the furniture store. I'm like, oh, a new set of furniture. I've never had a new set of furniture. Couch, love seat, none of it. I always looked at it, oh, I got kids. And Scott goes, yeah, I did promise you a new set of furniture once the kids were gone. I'm like, yeah. It's like, he goes, why don't we wait till spring? With our taxes, we're gonna go buy me a new living room set. So I'm like, okay, cool. And the last set I got from a friend of mine. But he looks at inside my cart. He looked inside the cart, and my cart was full of all these little plastic bags that had stamps in. And he goes, what are you doing with stamps? He goes, do you really need all this? I'm like, Scott, this is how I work it. He goes, what? I said, I find something, I put it in a cart, I keep shopping. And then before I go to buy, I go through and look. The Springs Hubber is going to tear it apart and fix it. Yeah. And that's what happened to my couch. I mean, the living room set my buddy gave me, he had to move out of state. This set was awesome until my nephew slept on it. So I ruined my couch. But he broke the boards. Crazy. But so Scott just shook his head and he's like, I'm going back in the truck. And I'm like, okay. I said, I won't be long. He's like, okay. So I come out of the thrift store and he says to me, so what'd you spend? I said, $17. He goes, they look like a hell of a lot more in that shopping cart than $17 when I was in there. I'm like, yeah, but Scott, I have a plan. He goes, what? Excuse me? I said, I'll go around, spot stuff. I'll put it in my cart and I'll keep shopping. And then I'll look closer at it and I determine if I'm going to buy it. I said, the stamps, I just grabbed them, were $1.50 a bag. And I noticed there were kids' stamps. So I put them in my cart, but then I looked further in through the bag, and Allie and Riley already had the whole complete set. And then I'm thinking, what am I going to do with another set of these stamps? Oh, I know. I told Scott, I said, if I go out by Bema, I said to Scott, if I go to Vegas, I ain't going to casinos. I'm going out with $500 venturing. There's only one place in Vegas I want to go, or actually two. If I went to Vegas, I wouldn't be hitting a casino because I'm not a gambler. I may put 50 cents or $1 in a machine just to say I did it, but you wouldn't catch me sitting at slots. I'd want to go see Cher, but I don't know if she's doing her show out there anymore. And I don't think Donnie Marie Osmond, that's what I would want to see, are doing their show anymore. So I'm screwed there. I want to go to that stamp company that's somewhere out there that's supposed to be huge out by you. But I'm going to go to her Spencer's because two of our thrift stores are closed here. So I only have one to go to. And Goodwill. And I never find shit at my Goodwills. My Goodwills suck. But I come to realize, St. Vincent de Paul here, when I was talking to the guy, they ain't getting a lot of they're getting a lot of clothes donations, but not like household or this kind of stuff donations. He says it's been really slow. And I don't get to this when I went to the day too often because it's on the east side of town, so I have to ask the hubs to take me. And now if I went to Milwaukee, when me and Diamond were in Milwaukee, we went thrift store shopping. Milwaukee's thrift stores are awesome. Bigger cities thrift stores are awesome. And Goodwill here is so expensive. My Goodwill here, and I never find squat in my Goodwill anyways. I mean, they want $4 or $5 for just a golden book here at my Goodwill. Crazy. Damn those. But he thinks I'm. I don't want that on her. Just a button. But they didn't have too much. The stamps they had were all kiddish or foam. They didn't have no scrap paper like I thought last time. So. And I didn't, there was hardly, see, I usually get a lot of stuff throughout the summer because I go garage sailing, but nobody was having garage sales. And that marketplace, I think people think their craft stuff's gold. You can tell times are hard for people because they're putting their stuff on my local sites and they want an outrageous price for it. That crazy old ladies hitting thrift stores. Yeah. See, I'd have to go with like $500 just to spend in thrift stores and another $200 to ship it all home. Well, you were talking about that mile rummage sale or that rummage sale that goes forever. I can't remember what it's called. You were talking about it the other night. Me and my mom had that plan for the following year. Following summer, her and I were going to do that. Except she passed away. We planned it for the next summer or that next year. Yeah, we were going to Washington. We were making a trip. We were going to go do, this was weird. We had this all, the Great American Yard Sale. We were doing a trip. We're leaving for a month, her and I. We're going to go hit Washington, D.C. because I always wanted to go Washington, D.C. You'll hear me, Diamond will tell, I always say I'm going to go sit in Lincoln's lap. And Diamond's like, you can't sit in Lincoln's lap. And I'm like, quit raining on my parade. I'm going to sit in his lap if I want to. She goes, Mom, that thing is so high because Diamond's been there. I'm like, I know, but I'm still going to get up there. She just shakes her head, at me. But me and my mom were going to be gone for over a month. We're going to go to the All-American Yard Sale on our way there or on our way back. I don't remember. But we were going to Washington, doing that. We were going to be gone for like a month and a half, her and I. Yeah. And because the deal was how I was getting this trip is I had to quit smoking. So I had a year and she would pay. It was all expenses paid. Because she was trying to have me quit smoking. And I told her I'd do it. And she's like, okay. But I had to have 6 months in of not smoking before we went on the trip. And I knew if I put my mind to it, I could do it. I've done it. I quit smoking for almost a year. And, well, then she, good Lord, took her home. He needed her more than me. And so did my brother, is how I always say it. But I got to give my mom kudos because she went out her own way. She died at a garage sale. I laugh about that. I think about that when I just think about my mom and the way she died of a massive heart attack or an aneurysm. What her dealer is how the doctor told me. Because she didn't have an autopsy, so I really don't know. But he said it'd be aneurysm or a massive heart attack because how fast she died. She was dead at the garage sale. She collapsed. There was no pulse because she actually, 2 nurses were at the garage sale. So, but back to my mom. I always think, man, that woman went out the way she wanted to, right at a garage sale. Feel sorry for the people that had the garage sale, but yeah, she went out doing what she liked, spending money at a garage sale. Because my mom would wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning every Saturday. Let's go, and we'd be gone all day long. Every Saturday. And we may even spend $25, but we're always gone. I'll boost you. Yep. Yeah, it would be fun. But see, I was supposed to go to Ohio this past year to meet up with Joe and Stephanie, and COVID happened, so that didn't happen. So I still have to do that trip, and I was gonna fly down there. I still have to get that special license thing, whatever it is, to fly. Yet that's on your license plate, license thing, whatever identification, so you can fly. I have to do that yet. I mean, it's got both. Not that we fly too often, but I guess it's good to have it. But we're all crashing at Steph's, and now our daughter's there, so I don't know what we're going to do. We still want to get together. We just have to plan it out. But, the real ID, yeah. Well, I had all my paperwork and they won't accept my birth certificate. So I have to go all the way to the county I lived in, and I don't even know if they're where I was born, which is only 35 minutes away, and get another damn birth certificate. And I said to the guy, it's going to come out the same. This is my 3rd birth certificate. I don't get what you people want. They don't get that. I don't. So a friend of mine told me to go back because she's a lawyer. And I'm like, what's wrong with this birth certificate? She goes, nothing. I said, then why won't motor vehicle department accept my birth certificate? I have my marriage license, have my new social security card with my marriage license name on it, have my old one, have my birth certificate, and they wouldn't accept my birth certificate. Because it didn't look, my birth certificate does not look like this, no fancy, like, rewards. Mine's just a plain little piece of paper that's got the punch in the corner. That's, yep. Yeah, there we go, Teresa. Yeah, we could just put air mattresses up in her loft and curl up the ladder, and we can go to bed at night. There we go. Good thought. I may hurt the next day. But yeah, they won't accept my birth certificate. So I had my aunt. I ordered it. Who works there. And guess what? I got the same damn one. Just sealed and printed, stamped, and dated. Same thing. I don't know what they think my birth certificate is supposed to look like I lived in a cheap county. I didn't have that fancy shit. I don't get I don't understand it. I don't know what to do. Yep. I already got my ID for voting. Because I don't have a state of Wisconsin driver's license, so I have a state of Wisconsin ID, and I get it free every year because I need it to vote in the state of Wisconsin. Voter ID here in the state of Wisconsin. Do you guys have voter ID? So I go in every 4 years. It expires. I get it for free. I don't have to pay for my ID. I don't have to pay for this new one either. I just got to get So my friend told me next time I go to do all the paperwork, ask to speak to a supervisor and have them call the county to verify if they question your birth certificate. Because it's legal. It just don't look like they're used to seeing birth certificates. Because, and that's what it is. They think it's a forgery. He goes, I know what they're thinking it is. They think it's a forgery because it's not watermarked. Isn't, you know what I mean? That's how I discovered that my name was. I never paid attention to my birth certificate. I just bought it, put it in a thing because I need it for a job. That's how I realized my name is real, Tina Louise. Middle name, nothing. My dad was right. Can't believe 90% of my life. I thought my middle name was Louise. No, I'm keeping it though. Because broken old lady. Oh yeah, exactly. I told the guy, this is my daughter. This looks forgery to me. Because it's just white and black. It's got that punch in the corner, that indents the paper. Because it's not watermarked. That's what it is. So that's what a friend of mine thinks what the problem is. I'm like, how do you watermark a document that's not watermarked? So you told me we can go up, get a new birth certificate, have them write a certified letter. And I'm like, okay. Those because some birth certificates are old. They're not watermarked, even if they print them. It's not watermarked. I can't change a legal document. Yeah, that's why mine ain't done yet. Matter of fact, we're out. Well, they got extended because it was all supposed to have that done by October. Well, you can have it done at any time, but I guess you're supposed to actually have it done by October. But due to the fact of COVID, I didn't. Scott just got renewed his license. I laugh. Scott's license expired in March of last year, and just July, he finally could go get his license renewed. Yeah, so. But I gotta get that done before I go anywhere. Get a passport too. So, well, I can't go to Canada anyways. Scott and I were supposed to go to Canada in 2 years. I don't think that'll happen. Yeah, because we all. I don't like that. How about a flower? A flower inside of a flower? Nah, I don't like that either. Get a button. Let's get a button. See, this is the type. I'm going to find the button I'm looking for. I don't want buttons that look like this. Oh, where'd it go? Grab the wrong button. Damn it. This is the type of buttons I'm looking for. And I never can find them. I don't really think my grandpa used to call them shoehorn buttons. I don't know if that's the proper name for them. I can't even find one to show one because I don't probably got any left, which really sucks. Where they got the brown, the white, or the black running through them. That's the type of button. Kind of like this. See the outside of that one? That look right there? That's the buttons I'm trying to find. But all the way across that have that look. That's the buttons I want. And I got tons of buttons. That's the type I like using. I can't find them. So if anybody finds them, let me know. Shoehorn or coal horn buttons. I don't remember what they're called. Years ago, they used to make them out of coal horns. Like this, right here. That one. Like that. That's the type of button I'm looking for. Right there. Because years ago, these would be made out of horns. And I want all sizes of them. Tiny to big. But I'm not going to find any. What color do I want to put on her? Let's put a star. Oh, I thought it was orange. Do. There we go. Little simple. Let's see. Let me get this here. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, I want. Ouch. Oh, what's in this? Oh, God. Oh, God. Let's put you away. You should be right on top. There you are. Thank you. Shoot too big. That'd be cool. Or smaller. Oh man, I just felt more tickets. Yeah. See, look at this. I have. And my people. Okay. Let's see. What do I got in this one? Oh man. Yeah. Ooh, I could make a few steampunk ones. That'd be cool. I love it. This isn't bad. Full. Full. Delusion. More delusion. What's in this one? Oh, I think this is my washi tape. Oh, yeah, this is my washi tape. What the hell's going on inside? Oh. So I am not printing anything unless I necessarily have to. Oh. And I fussy cutted all these babies. I should do the little packs of all this ephemera and just sell it. Already fussy cut it for you at all. Damn it. Okay, I gotta do something here real quick. Second cup of coffee. I think I'm starting to wake up. That was me. I don't drink coffee though. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I drink a lot of Pepsi though, which probably not good for me. But hey, I can't give up everything. I give up a lot in my life, and Pepsi is not going to be one of them. I was going to dye my hair. I told Diamond, I don't get my hair dyed professionally. She's like, what color? I'm like, Pepsi blue. She's like, are you kidding me, Mom? I'm like, what's wrong with that? She goes, you're a grandma. I'm like, so? She goes, that's crazy. I thought it was fun. She goes, are you going through a 48-year-old crisis or something? I'm like, I thought it'd be pretty. Pepsi color blue. I'm like, yeah, okay. Color the Pepsi can. Told me I wasn't, if I got in my hair, that I in my hair is Dr. Pepper. Yeah, exactly. She told me she wouldn't walk out and I wasn't allowed to go in public if I did it. I'm like, but you can dye your hair black. And I hate it when she does it. Because then she looks like the sperm donor. If you wonder what I'm a sperm donor, I did not have a sperm donor, but that's what I call her biological dad, because that's all he was. It drives me crazy when she dyes her hair black, because she really looks like him. I think she does it just to irritate me, actually. Told Scott, I'm going to go buy a cheap bottle of dye that's blue and just do it. Just to see her reaction. Scott goes, it's your head. I don't care what you do with it. I like your hair color, Bima. Not orangey. It's very good. There's a lot of colors like that. You get that orange tinge. Yours is really good. But I'm going to call it. I've been on here 4 hours, actually. I'm starting to get a headache. So I think I'm going to go eat my leftovers from lunch, my sub, because I had a Philly cheese sandwich, Philly cheese steak sub sandwich today. I'm older than you, and I have 3 exes, many grandkids. They love their too cool BMO, but Haley and yeah, awesome. Yep. Yep. I didn't realize how much it costs to go get your hair professionally dyed. I was like, I have a way to change your mind. And then she got me a price quote. I'm like, that's a lot of craft supplies. Never mind. She goes, I knew that would do it. No. I did not see the Elmer spray glue at the Dollar Tree. It's cheated. Yeah. I did come across this. Right here. And I used it on some stuff. And I'm going to retest this out because I'm almost out of my Barely glue. I just ordered it. This is all I have left. So I've been kind of not using a lot of it. So I had this old Martha Stewart craft glue. And I used this on some stuff and this on some stuff, but I can't tell the difference what I used it on and they were my cards. Okay. Oh. Because I did all these cards, okay? I added my backgrounds to these 8 PC cards. Okay. And let's see if I can find one. And they were coming up. So I don't know if it was the Martha Stewart glue that didn't hold them down or this. So I got to retest this. I should do that while I'm working here. If that wasn't holding my stuff down. But it was coming off the edge. I could peel it off. Just peel it. I think I went through and refixed them all. But like I said, I don't know if it was the Beacon or the Martha Stewart. I have a feeling it's going to be this Martha Stewart stuff that I had. It's my last bottle. I got that at Tuesday morning. Yep. For 99 cents. They were... And it made my... And I'm going to say it's this because it made my paper wrinkled. A lot of them. Which is okay because it's got that ripple for mixed media. But about this, I have used this adhesive spray, the Beacon. This is good right here. But I have not the glue, the Elmer's glue. But I do have the wood glue, good wood glue by Crafter's Square. The wood glue by Dollar Tree is really good. This spray is really good. Like I said, I used this, but like I said, I don't know if it was this that caused me the problem or this. But I didn't see this because it says for foam and poster board adhesive. Works on foam board, post, or cardboard, and more. So my vote is, yeah. As I said, I think it was the Martha Stewart. That's me too. I hope so, because I picked up like 5-6 bottles of this glue. Because I didn't know how long it would take to get my Bearly art glue that I like, which is like glitter glue. It's just I get a better bargain. So I picked a lot of it up. And my tip broke on my bottle you sent me. Look at my tip. I'm so bummed. I like this bottle and the tip broke on me. So I'm going to switch it out when I get my new art glue. Because I don't know what I did with the whatchamacallit bottle I had. I saved the tip from it. And I don't know where I put it. It's not in my little... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Damn it, I thought I had it. I don't know where I put it. It's driving me crazy because I saved literally a tip from one of those bottles I had that I hated. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Oh, I found it. So I just gotta switch it out. Okay. Haha. Found it. So it broke on me. Oh. Now there's a cap go back on it? No. So I'll have to get me a pin. But I like this tall bottle. I ain't feeling it as much. Cool. But I ain't gonna get rid of that. Cool. Found it. So I'm gonna put this back on it. Because I purposely kept that. There we go. Voila. Boom. Awesome. See? Got thinking here. I knew it. I don't need a new tip. On it. Boom. Because I got another couple of these around. I save them. The bottles is what I hate. And the only time I replaced my bottle cracked. I don't know how I managed that, the last one. I break the tips. I'm bad on tips. I wish I could just buy a bunch of these these. Just these. I have a lot of bottles, but I end up breaking my tips. I don't know. Probably because I stick a pin in it. But I'm going to call it a morning. Let's go over to sales. I'll let you get it so you know what's going on in YouTube world real quick here. Let's see. We have BMOS sale on the 15th of January at noon Pacific Standard Time. Then we have the flea market sale on BMOS channel at noon on the 16th Pacific Standard Time. And then me and Teresa are having a craft sale on the 23rd, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. And then I know BMOS starting at Chat Craft. I don't remember when she said. And she said goodnight, so I don't know if she's still listening to me babble. So I marked that because I'd write that down. Oh, Craft Chat on BMOS channel on the 14th, but I don't know the time. Oh, I did write it down. 14th. What time? I had it wrote down, just not the time. Noon. Okay. Noon your time, Pacific Standard Time. So, yeah. And the Craft Chat is where you have something you want to share with the crafter community. You can go in on their channel and show us all kind of thing, which is kind of cool, actually. Oh, this is the newest thing I found at my Dollar Tree was this glitter coat adhesive. It says for glass, but I bet you could get away with using it on paper as well. So I picked that up. I picked 2 of them up just to see. That was the newest thing I found at my Dollar Tree. What I want, I'm looking for all the stamps and these chipboard pieces, kind of that look like clocks that the Dollar Tree's supposed to be coming. Mine hasn't got them out. I got 2 of the Elmer spray ones. Cool. But they have new stamps coming out at the Dollar Tree. And then these little chipboard pieces that kind of look like I could show you because I have some. I got them in friend mail a while ago, and I hoard stuff because I can't find it, and I sit on it, and I'm like, oh, I can get some. I can actually use it, but I got to get that out of my head. Oh, right here. I got to get that thought process out of my head. But they, oh, right here. They kind of look like this. Pieces. Yeah, and they're in packs. And there's like clocks and there's something else. I got these in friend mail. I put my first coat on my guitar. I'm going to start doing that. Because I got the gears from Dima. I might have to get more of them though. I haven't laid it out on the guitar to see. But them I'd buy a shitload of them. I'd be stockpiling them. Because I love these. That's why I hang on to them. They're like little chip pieces. They look cool. But Stamp's got a dream catcher I want. Like I need another stamp, but you know what? Hey, it's $1. I think that's Jennifer. When I see Bima and Laura do that, I think that's good to share that out in the community world. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to start doing that and put it in my planner and mention it out in the YouTube world as well. I used to do that. I don't know why I don't. I didn't do a planner this year. And you can tell the difference if you go back in my videos. So that's why I took some Christmas money and bought myself a planner. Plus, I miss decorating my planner every month. I like decorating my planner. So, alrighty, guys. I'm going to thank each and every one of you for stopping in, spending some time with me, giving me 5 thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, be happy, be kind, be safe, be funny, be crafty, and bye for now. Have a good day, guys. Be safe out in this big, bad, wolfy world we're in. Bye, everybody.